Well, it's Friday and it's time for another Firebird Friday video, and you're asking yourself, what are we doing today, Brian? Well, today, I need to be able to see where I'm going if I'm driving this to St. Louis for Firebird Fest in a few more months. And right now, I have no dash lights. I have no blinkers. I have nothing. My blinkers work on the outside. Don't see them on the inside. I have no lights. I can't see how fast I'm going. Can't see how much gas I have. Gas gauge works, though, and the speedo works. So it tells me that those light bulbs are either blown out or we got a bad integrated circuit board behind that gauge cluster. So I think with that, guys, let's get into pulling out this dash and restoring and fixing our lights on our 67 Firebird this week on Firebird Friday. Now the dash part here where the gauges are, they're held on by 3 screws, or there should be 3 screws up there. And there's, I believe, a couple screws down in the bottom which we're missing. And then in order to get this out, though, there is 2 bolts that hold the steering column up under the dash right there. You got to take those out so you can pull this down enough to pull out those gauge clusters. So let's get to working on pulling this out here. All right, our first step before we can pull this out is there is a speedo cable, if yours has one, that's hooked up and it's threaded on, so you're gonna have to unscrew it from the back. Now you can kind of come in from underneath the dash, get up there and grab it. There's also a electrical connection that plugs in on the back there. There's 2 things you have to unplug before you can really pull this out, and actually there's a third. There's a ground, there's a light right here in the center. If you've never noticed it, Camaros and Firebirds first gen have a little red light right there that indicates when your brights are on to let you know that your brights are on. So you got to take care of that. But you pull that off when you pull out the gauge cluster. So I need to get in there and I need to get those 2 connectors, the speedo cable done and the electrical connection off the back of the gauge. I can't get you in there with the camera, but I can tell you I found that by taking this vent out for the time being, I could plenty of access to get back in there and do what I need to do to pull this out. So with that, I'm going to unscrew the speedo and I'm going to pull off the connector. Okay, speedometer is disconnected. Then up here on this electrical. Okay, now it's undone. Now we can take our screwdriver and get all these screws off. Okay, we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver. There's one there, and one there that you can see. And I do believe there's 2 more on the bottom, which I know we're missing. I know we're missing this one. This one's our grounding one. So we'll take it out real quick. Matter of fact, I think we only have one holding all this up. All right, so there's that. Now I didn't take it out all the way just to have it held up. I'm now going to take my cordless ratchet and take off the 2 bolts in the bottom and let this drop down. So let's get those. Actually, they're not bolts, they're nuts. So let's get these taken care of. Okay, that's what they look like. They're just a washer nut. There's one. Let's grab the other one. There's that second one. Don't lose those. Now we can kind of pull this down a little bit, not too much. We'll get that last screw in place here. Down it comes. Save that. Then this will pull forward. We'll kind of bend this down and move it out of the way. Now, here's this wire here for the top. You just reach back in there and just kind of wiggle it out. You can pull that socket out. It's just a light socket. There it is. Hopefully you guys can see that. Now that that's undone, we can pull out the whole unit. Okay, we have one headline unit out. And this is kind of what the back looks like. So let's take this, let's go do some testing, and let's see what we can figure out. All right, guys, so I have our cluster here on the back of the Firebird. Kind of give you an idea. I have tape on it because I've taken this out before, as you remember in a previous episode, just to kind of keep, but you can see we have delamination all around this. So that's going to be one of our factors that we're going to have to fix there. But it's these bulbs, and of course we're missing a whole socket, which is, it is what it is. So these simply just turn, and you can pull those out. And you have two tabs. You put 12 volts to this, and you ground out that side, the light should come on. So let's go up front, and on the battery, let's test all of our bulbs. I'm just going to pull them all out right now. They're all the same. Get these all. Now this is a standard dash. I will be eventually upgrading to the rally gauges thanks to my buddy John over at Vinyl Village Garage. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of those, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10. That's your speedo. And that is your gas gauge there, which is integrated through here, and that's where that connector plugs in at. So let's go test bulbs. That's going to be our first issue. So we're here on the front of the Firebird. Simply have a lead from the ground and a lead from the positive, and we should be able to take and nada. Wow. It's a good thing I'm not betting on this, because I would not have thought we'd have had this many bad lights. And again, here we go. And nothing still. Wow. Part of me wants to believe these may be the original bulbs from 1967. You never know. And still no light. Wowzers. We are batting 1,000 here, folks. Okay, hook up this one. Hook up this one. And nothing. Holy crap. Okay, hook up this one. And nothing. Oh, man. Don't take me to Vegas. I'm bad luck. Okay, one more. Nothing. Nada. Okay, last one. Here we go. And nothing. None of those. All 9 were bad. Is that even possible? No, can't be. All right, you know what? I have new bulbs and I have new sockets. Let me grab them and let's see what happens. So I picked up 4 new sockets, and I believe I picked up 5 new lights because I didn't think that all of them would be bad. But let's just make sure our testing is working accurately. We'll take a new socket. There's our new socket right there. We'll grab 1 new bulb. You can see those are just a glass bulb, and they just fit in. There's no right way or wrong way. They just go in. Now let's give this power and see what happens. Ah, light. So yeah, they were bad. But now let's just see if it's not a bad holder. It could be a bad holder. So we'll pull this good working light out. Let's grab a light from another one, an old one. Let's pull that light out. Let's put it into the old light into the new socket. Okay, we'll give it some power. And nope. So we know it's not the socket, it has to be the bulb. So with that being said, let's take the brand new bulb and let's put it into the old socket. And let's see if we have light now. So connect to one side, connect to the other side, and we might have a bad socket situation here. Look at that. There's no light there. Corroded bad sockets, maybe? Well, we know it worked in the new socket. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and this is our new light, so we'll put it over here. Let's go ahead and try another one. We'll pull this out. Take the new bulb, stick it in the socket. Make sure it's down in there. We'll apply power or ground to one side, power to the other, and nothing. So I wonder if these things are just so corroded in here. And again, it's not super shiny in there, but still. Let's just go back and we'll take our new socket here, stick it in there. See the difference, make sure we still got light. Yep, we got light. So we're gonna have to just go ahead and we'll just test out all those sockets using the known good light. And notice we had two that are good sockets. Luckily, these are easily obtainable and relatively cheap to do. So we know this is a good light. I'm just going to put it right back into here just to double check. Old socket, new light, and we have light. So we've tested our bulbs. Now we know we're going to need 10 new bulbs and 8 new bulb holders. What fun! Let's get that ordered. Okay, our next step is to make sure that the electrical contacts are all in good condition. Now you can see this is starting to pull away and delaminate. And I'll show you how to fix that. But as you can see, it's starting to pull away from the edges. So here's what you do. You grab yourself a voltmeter. Now, for some reason, mine is right down here. This is connectivity or continue. What is that word? How do I? Well, you know what I'm talking about. You know that thing. Yeah, the thing. So the way this works is you should be able to touch the two together and get a sound. But unfortunately, for some whatever odd reason, mine speaker is not working. But as you can tell, if I can zoom in on that, see right there, nothing. But when you put them together, it goes to 0. That means they are connecting. They are coming together. So that's what you want to see or get the little beep when you do this. So how do you do it? Let me show you. So the easiest way to show you how this works is probably using one of these closer ones here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your pin. See this one down here in the bottom, this connector? It runs, and you can see the line, the trace, down to here. So if you put one lead on there, and you put the other lead down here, you should hear beep if you have the kind that beeps. But in mine, I'll just kind of set it right there so you can see. You can see how it goes almost to 0. Nope, there it goes. That tells me that trace or that line or that wire that's in between the plastic is good. So all you're going to do is you're just going to go next. You're going to trace where it goes to and test it. And there it goes. So those two, this bulb, are good. You can go to the next one, down to here. Yep. There it is. So that's a good one. Just take your time and go through each one of those on top and on bottom and make sure that that zeroes out or you get your beep noise. If you don't, then you're going to have to get some repair stuff and fix it. I've already went through this entire cluster. It's all good to go. We just need to fix the delamination of this. Now you could say, Brian, but you could just buy a new printed circuit board from anyone. You know, they're 80 bucks, 100 bucks a piece. Sure, but that's 80 to 100 bucks I need for gas money to get to St. Louis for Firebird Fest 23. So that being done, go ahead and do the rest of yours. Make sure everything pans out. If it doesn't, let me know and I can kind of tell you what to do in the future. But now, let me show you how to fix this delamination stuff here. Now, you want to know my little trick for fixing this delamination problem? Crazy glue, super glue. Seriously, this stuff, $5 everywhere, fixes our problem. Let me show you how. Okay, so we got our crazy glue here, or our super glue. Here's what we're gonna do. Now you see the traces? You can't put glue on the traces, but you can put glue outside of those traces. So I'm kind of pull this back a little bit. I'm probably gonna put a little bit of glue right here because there's nothing contacting there. I'm gonna put maybe one little dot there, maybe a dot there, maybe a dot here, and just try to bring that up and around. And then over here, one there, one there, one there. Again, do not get the glue on the contact so you won't be able to make contact, I should say. So we'll take it, go ahead and peel this back. All right. I think that'll do it. So now, set this into place. And get some tape, and we'll tape that down. Okay, now go get you a cold beer. We'll come back. Now, another little helpful hint is to run yourself a separate ground. You see on here, that's the original ground wire that goes up to that screw in the middle that's supposed to provide grounding. I just went ahead and pulled myself a new grounding wire right to the metal housing, same as this. It's all part of that one. Find yourself a good ground underneath that dash and give yourself some cheap insurance. So that's another tip there to getting your gauges back together. Okay, I think one more beer and we'll be ready to peel this off. Well, we got our stuff in. So now we can go ahead and get all of our light bulbs in place. New sockets, new bulbs. Okay, so take the holder, take the bulb, stick it in, line up the tabs, come on, and twist. Locks into place. I'll do the rest. I got a different style here. They're not fitting. Well, 4 of those I got were not of the right size. Damn it, Ames. I have to go look this up and see what the hell the problem is. Well, the 4 extra holders that I ordered from Ames, apparently I got the D on the end of the part number, which is a smaller 1/2 inch. What I needed was the part number without the D, which is the big 5/8 inch one, and that's why they won't fit. So, yay, I bought $8 worth of sockets I'll never use now. So now I need to order 4 more of these to finish off the project. So go grab another beer. So a little bit of an update here. We can get back to our project sooner because I made a deal with old Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage that I found a 68 rally cluster near my place here in Arizona. I went and bought it. He had a rally set for a 67 Firebird, so we swapped. I sent him the 68 rally gauge that I bought. He sent me the 67 rally gauges he's got, and I'm not ready to put them in just yet. So I went and pulled the sockets from the unit he sent, and I put in new bulbs. So now we can get back to finishing up this cluster and get it back in the car. So do this. Okay, let's go put it back in the car. Let's see if it works. Okay, let's slide this in. All right, now gotta find that light bulb. There it is, right here. Then connect that for your brights indicator. There we go. Then this is where it's going to be grounded from the factory. I'm just going to run my ground over to this side here. Get all these unnecessary old screws out. We'll put that there. We'll cinch this back up. Let's get the new screw kit from Ames. I think we'll plug those that wire harness in and the speedo cable. Middle one first. Make sure that goes up in there. You're not. Hey. I think this first one over here, I think. All right, grabbed. Then we'll do this one over here just to kind of keep it level. There's 2. Let's use that shorty for this one. All right, now I'm going to tighten this down. Well, I got the light on. You can kind of see. Let me get you a little closer here. You can see there's my fuel gauge. Of course, it's not going to focus, but there's fuel. There's my speedo. Now it looks like I got a light maybe over here. That's out, but for the most part, that's still not bright enough for me for nighttime driving. So I think I'm going to pull this back out. Maybe put in some LED lights, see if that helps. Maybe even wash the little plastic bezels there, clear lenses. All right, well, until next Friday, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you next Friday for another Firebird Friday.